As a rule, international audiences still don't get a massive amount of local Korean culture on their cinema screens. Parasite was perhaps a notable exception. But a film called Past Lives, with origins very much rooted here in South Korea, has been animating audiences around the world. Past Lives has been a major success story. It earned a very significant accolade, getting a Best Picture nomination at the 2024 Academy Awards, as well as an original screenplay nomination too. It brought forth a positive response from a broad cross-section of moviegoers. The film is very much inspired by the life of its writer and director, Celine Song, who was born here in South Korea in the late 1980s. Alan Maloney went to meet her.
There's a word in Korean, 인연. It means providence or fate.
Past Lives focuses on two childhood friends over a 24-year period. We first meet them as children in Seoul just before Nora moves with her family to Canada. The story picks up 12 years later on separate continents as they reunite over social media before again dropping in on them 12 years later. It's a film about relationships and identity, delicately told by playwright and first-time director Celine Song.
How did you finally kind of make that jump and be able to kind of take this on then?
Well, I can really talk about it as falling in love, because I think a few weeks into my making the movie, I think I had this feeling that I was like, I've just met the love of my life. And it is filmmaking. I know I'm gonna do this till I'm 95. I'm gonna do this forever. I'm gonna do this till I die. Well, Past Lives is a story that was inspired by this moment where I was translating between these two people because they don't speak each other's language, between Korean and English. And as I was translating between their language and culture, I also realized that I'm also translating between parts of my own self and parts of my own history. And I think that moment really was the inspiration for the whole film.
He was just this kid in my head for such a long time. I think I just missed him.
Did he miss you?
Hae-sung!
The film acts as a bridge between Song's dual identity, and she admits that it would have been difficult to make only a few years ago.
I think subtitles have become something that is not a barrier. And I think that, to me, has been such an amazing gift for having it come out at this time. Even when I was writing it, it wasn't clear if people would want to watch a movie that is properly bilingual.
The film was partly shot in Seoul, an experience that brought Song back to the city of her childhood.
It's a really very filmmaking-friendly city, and I had a really wonderful time there. And what was so funny is that because I was a person in my core creative team who really did speak both cultures and both languages, that I ended up being a bit of a Nora for these two film crews, you know, these department heads and the film crew in Korea. So, in fact, making of the movie in Korea was actually reflective of what the movie was about.
Past Lives may be understated, but its intricate examination of complex relationships certainly doesn't lack impact. And while it's a film that examines issues of Korean self and identity, it does so in a way that audiences all over the world can relate to.
The guy flew 13 hours to be here. I'm not going to tell you that you can't see him or something.